There is a battle taking place inside you. No one can see it. There are no armies, no banners, no applause when it's over. And yet, it is the only battle that will decide the course of your life. Every morning, before the world asks anything of you, before the emails, before the meetings, before the endless noise, you cast your first vote. Not for a political party, not for an idea, for a person, the person you are becoming. Most people believe they become stronger when life becomes difficult. But history tells a different story. History says, you become whatever you've been practicing all along. And no one understood that better than Miyamoto Musashi. More than 400 years ago, Japan was a country shaped by war. Life could change in a single morning. Honor was everything. Weakness had consequences. Musashi lived in that world. By the time he was 30 years old, he had fought more than 60 duels and lost none. People remember the victories, the legends, the impossible odds. But that wasn't where his real mastery lived. His greatest battle was never against another swordsman. It was against himself. Imagine standing alone before sunrise. The air is cold. Mist hangs over the valley. Your opponent waits only a few steps away. Neither of you speaks. Neither of you moves. The silence stretches. A minute, maybe longer. Most people would call it hesitation. Musashi called it preparation, because the duel had already been decided. Not that morning, years before. Every ordinary day had led to this extraordinary moment. Every sunrise he chose to train, every excuse he refused, every hour spent sharpening his body and his mind. The sword would only reveal what his habits had already built. Modern life looks different. Our battles are quieter, but they follow the same rules. There are no swords waiting for us. Instead, there are alarms, notifications, comfort, distractions, tiny decisions that seem too small to matter until they do. The alarm rings. You reach for the snooze button. It feels harmless. Just 5 more minutes. Tomorrow will be different. But your mind isn't counting minutes. It's collecting evidence. Evidence of who you are. Every action whispers a message. When life becomes uncomfortable, what do? If the answer is, we wait. Then, that lesson becomes part of you. Not because you chose it once, because you practiced it again and again and again. Think about how easily habits are formed. No one wakes up hoping to become distracted. No one decides to lose their discipline. No one plans to drift through life. It happens quietly. One shortcut, one excuse, one promise broken to yourself. Each one so small, it hardly seems worth noticing, until one day, you realize you've become someone you never intended to be. Not because of one decision, because of thousands. Musashi believed that true mastery wasn't built during the battle. The battle simply exposed the training. That idea has never been more relevant than it is today. We live in a world designed to train us, just not in the direction we want. Every notification teaches impatience. Every endless scroll teaches distraction. Every comfortable escape teaches avoidance. Every excuse repeated often enough becomes identity. Without realizing it, the modern world is always offering to train you. The only question is whether you'll accept the lesson. Think about the strongest person you've ever known. Not the loudest, not the richest, not the most talented. The one who stayed calm when everyone else panicked. The one who kept their word. The one who walked into difficulty without needing recognition. They weren't born with something you lack. They simply practiced different things, long before anyone was watching. That is what separates professionals from amateurs, leaders from followers, masters from spectators. Not talent, not luck. Practice. Invisible practice. The kind no one applauds. The kind no one posts online. The kind that slowly shapes your character. Until one day, people call it discipline. Musashi understood something that most of us spend our entire lives forgetting. You never rise to the occasion. You fall to the level of your preparation. Every ordinary day is quietly preparing you for an extraordinary one. You just don't know which day it will be. So tomorrow morning, pay attention, not to the biggest decision, to the first one. When the alarm rings, who answers? When discomfort arrives, who responds? When no one is watching, who are you becoming? Because every habit, every excuse, every promise kept or broken is feeding someone. The disciplined man you hope to become, or the comfortable man you'll eventually become by accident. Both are growing, every day. The question is, which one are you feeding? Musashi once wrote that true strategy is practiced in 1,000 ordinary days, so that when the extraordinary day arrives, there is nothing left to think about. Only action. Perhaps that's the lesson we need most today. Not more motivation, not another productivity system, not another book. Just the courage to practice becoming the person we hope to meet tomorrow. Because in the end, your greatest enemy was never waiting across the battlefield. He was quietly being trained by you.